Night Wine's POV. Standing near the window, staring at the moon, I tried to shake off the crippling anxiety. Is it selfish of me to hand over my sister's safety to him? He's not responsible, yet he's putting his life in danger for me. He wanted his revenge from me, yet he is being my knight in the shining armor, putting his resentment aside. What will happen to him? What if I never get to see him again? No, oh God, not him. Don't take him from me. I flinched as I heard a deep voice in my ear, and I immediately turned around. I'm leaving. I just stared at him silently. The only light in the room was moonlight streaming in through the window, and he managed to outshine even the moon. I was completely enchanted and lost in his beauty. I should get going, I guess. My gaze refused to leave his figure as he turned around and took a few steps. He came to a halt, turned to face me, and walked towards me as if he wanted to say something. Can I? Decreasing the distance. When did you start asking for my permission? Whispered, still looking at him softly and carefully. Stop me before I take this as a yes. He was so close that his breath fanned her away. I won't. Tears rolled down her eyes one by one as she answered, shaking her head side to side. I softly claimed and embraced me, making me feel safe, cherished, and on cloud 9 all at once. With teary eyes and trembling lips, he parted his lips and asked, I won't have any regrets if I don't come back. Pushed him hard from his chest. That's why I didn't want to fall in love with you. Took hiccups as she sobbed hard. Dove, won't you give me a hug? Stepping closer to her again. I won't. You must come back alive for that. Softly snapped her. I rested my head on his chest, clutching his shirt, and took a deep breath before raising my head to look at him. Return safely, love. I'll be waiting, said as she gulped the hard lump down her throat and controlled her tears. Goodbye, precious. Looking at her as if he's trying to capture her future in his memories. Tae gave me his infamous smile, taking my breath away, captivating me in his charm, and pecked my forehead before turning away and exiting the room. As he exited the room, I took the from drawer which I had stolen earlier this morning. I turned towards the window again and watched him and his man cars leaving the mansion in all their glory. After 1 hour, I looked at myself in the mirror, all ready, and took a deep breath. I'm taking the right step. I reassured myself and stepped out of the room. There are guards standing at every step. Kim is not playing this time. I casually walked down the stairs and noticed a figure sitting on the couch. He called out to me as I stared at him with wide eyes. Hello to you too. I had left him behind. For what, I wonder? For you. What the hell? He can read my mind? Not me, but I can. Laughed after seeing her horrified expressions. Don't stress yourself, sister-in-law. I'm just here to keep an eye on you and make sure you don't do anything stupid, stated casually while stroking his shoulders. What if Taehyung needs you? JK is with him and I'm monitoring them from here. I'll know if they need anything. What the most idiotic thing to do? Walking towards him and stood in front of him, assuming your enemy is weak. Time is all prepared. He'll return safely with your sister. Don't worry. A woman's sixth sense is sharp, Papa. I'm telling you. Sat beside him and took a deep breath, feeling helpless and anxious. As he heard word Oppa and reassured her softly. Nothing will happen, I promise you. Thanks, POV. We are making our way through the forest from secret ways. This guy is really something. His secret mansion is hidden somewhere in this forest. JK and I are in separate jeeps because we found out that Guy's men are hiding in this forest. If something happens to one of us, the other will be able to carry on with the mission. It's a do or die situation. I can't stop thinking about my Ryan. We finally took a step ahead in our love story, but if something happens to me today, it will be such a waste. I have never wanted to live so badly before. I want to live and grow old with my love, leaving the past in the past. My man discovered the hidden mansion and alerted us. We pulled our jeeps away from the building and exited. As we know the mansion structure, 20 men will accompany JK from the back, 20 men will claim the wall from the right and 20 from the left, covering these areas as well as all floors. Kill all the guards in your path without hesitation, but if you come across a young girl, don't shoot in her direction. Following your positive signal, the remaining men will be with me. We'll attack from the front door. Give strict instructions to the guard. Is everything clear? Nodded their heads in agreement, not wanting to make a sound and alert Guy's men. We made our way to his area. His men in the forest became aware of our presence and attacked us, but we were able to shoot and unalive them all. But JK warned our men to be extra cautious because Guy's men may have already informed him of our attack. Everything went too smoothly to be true. We didn't come across many men on the way, and I could see my man relaxing. "Be cautious, it could be a trap," roared at his man. "We are already inside the mansion, and it's completely empty. There were a few guards standing around, and we already unlived them." "There is no one, sir." "What now? Was this all for nothing?" "Let's go." We stepped towards the exit, but a small noise stopped me. "This wall portrait. There's someone behind it." We moved towards it slowly, and after inspecting it, I placed my hand on it and pressed hard, and it slides. There is a large room behind it. My men shot in all directions, and a scream was heard from one corner. A small trembling figure of a girl was sitting down, curled up in a ball, was present in the corner. I gestured my men to stop shooting and approached the girl slowly. I crouched down to her level, sitting on one knee. Her badly wounded, trembling hands covered her chained body. I gently touched her, and she flinched, looked up, and attempted to move further back. Her horrified, widened eyes met mine, and she spoke. "Please, don't hit me," cried, looking at his hands. "I won't hurt you." What will Van think and feel after seeing her sister in this terrifying state? I questioned myself. I sat emotionless until JK said, "We don't have time," came towards Yuki and started opening her chains, paying deaf ears to her screams. She screamed at JK first, traumatized. Suddenly, echoed everywhere, and I stood up to cover Yuki and JK, but the damage had already been done. My men were laying lifeless in the pool and some were being held by Kai's men. Countless men were pointing at me as well. Nevertheless, I loaded mine and pointed at Kai. "Such an innocent creature you are, Kintan." Before shooting me, looked behind. I looked behind and saw JK and Yuki on point of streaming. They were my men. Traitors. My blood boiled. I turned to face Kai as he began walking towards me. A father finally came to save his daughter. "Oops, I'm sorry. I can't take him for his baby." Right? Guards!